And eat a turkey dinner off the floor as well.
Well, for years I thought.
Have you never gone down the street? I was going to say, have you never gone down the street, smashed up a phone box, and there's a turkey on the floor?
I love garbage turkey. We're from Manchester. It's like it's the norm that that's going up to a bin, finding a turkey and eating it. All the trimmings and everything. Love garbage turkey.
Hey guys, girls, gamers, nerds alike, and those who found this show by mistake. Welcome to From Dusty Couches to Broken Discs. I'm your host Glenn, along with my co-host Adam.
Hello.
And my co-host Big Dave.
Hi there.
We look at games old and new, from everything you have been playing to everything you're playing today. Before we do start this week's episode, it's time to dust off that cartridge, plug in the controller, and let's roll those intro credits. This week, we're going to be taking a look at Streets of Rage, probably one of the best games on Sega bar Sonic. But before we do get into this week's episode, let's see how the guys are doing. So, Adam, how are you?
First of all, the Streets of Rage original trilogy, not just Streets of Rage one. Yeah. But
thank you for correcting me.
Yeah. Yeah, fine. I'm sick of talking to you two arseholes.
I know, yeah. It's been all day. Saw you both for hours on Saturday, and I'm seeing you all day today. It's like, God.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we've organised to see each other tomorrow as well.
We'll see.
I just want a break.
We'll see about that one.
I've also got Dave on the show this week. Dave, how are you?
I'm pretty good. We're all just shackled to Adam's living room. He releases us every day.
So, how's he going to feel when we all start going around to his and just keep sitting in that little room and we're just always there? He's just going to hate us.
Just wake up in the morning, you two just sat there like...
Good evening.
Yeah, we've got nowhere to be today.
I'm just in his washing again.
So, as I said before, we are looking at Streets of Rage, and as Adam corrected me, we're looking at the trilogy. So, gonna go to Big Dave first for your memories of this game, because I've heard stories of you and Streets of Rage. So, go on. Just
What kind of stories?
Streets of Rage or Abundance of Rage.
Tune in to From Dusty Couches to Broken Discs After Dark. You can find us on a completely different hub.
Streets of Rage and bonus.
Wrists of Rage.
So, Dave, Streets of Rage for you. Memories?
Where do I go from there?
Bring it back, Dave. You can bring this back. Come on.
Fucking hell. No, I have played all the original trilogy. I mean, the main one I played was Streets of Rage 2.
Yeah.
That's where most of my memories lie, really. Loved all the characters. Again, it was one of them like I really loved the soundtrack as well. I mean, back in uni as well. One of my best friends, Nick, he actually downloaded the game as well, and we would play it all the time, literally. Like, if we had any time off, it was always just playing Streets of Rage and like listening to the soundtracks and things like that. So I mean, I've got a lot of memories tied down to the Streets of Rage games.
Yeah, like you said, the second one there, that is now considered by most to be like the most successful Sega game. Only really being beaten by Sonic, for one. Yeah. And, believe it or not, Aladdin.
Really?
Those are the only two games that have beaten it in the Sega charts. Sonic and Aladdin, which I understand with Aladdin, it was an amazing game.
It was a quality.
It was a great game.
Which we will do at some point.
We will. We have to. We'll have to do Aladdin. It's great. Adam, what about you, memory-wise?
for me, like, it's all my memories revolve around Streets of Rage 1.
Yeah.
So obviously it came out in like, what was it, 1991. So I didn't play it when it originally came out because I was barely 2.
You just burst out of the womb and you just.
Yeah.
It's like an advert, that, isn't it? Adam pops out with the Sega controller.
He's not actually popped out yet. He's still in there. You can just see the wire.
Just my hands are out. Like...
The wire's still inside. It's just like, Mum, I'm not done yet. Give me time. Reaching out of the orifice and just grabbing.
I'm so glad I don't have to find a clip for this bit.
Just trying to find grabbing the penguins and pulling the penguins back in. Where's the chocolate penguins?
Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. You have a. Oh wait, he's not done yet. He's on level 4.
This episode is already just going down like this.
Carry it on.
Jeez.
Fuck you, Dave.
So yeah, Streets.
So anyway, I think I got it when I was about 4, and that was when I got my first Sega, and it came with Sonic and Streets of Rage 1. So obviously I didn't get bought many games, so it was for a long time they were my only 2 games that I had. So
there's still his only 2 games he has.
Yeah. So you know my love of Sonic, but Streets of Rage, I just remember when I put that in, I was like, oh my god, this looks fucking so good. The music kicks in and you're like, yeah, and then the graphics come in and you're like, yeah, and then to top it all off, you find out that one of the characters is also called Adam.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is my fucking game. I was convinced the game was made for me. Like, and I was the character in the game. So of course I fucking loved it. I got to play as Adam and go around and beat fuck out of everyone.
And eat a turkey dinner off the floor as well.
Well, for years I thought.
Have you never gone down the street? I was going to say, have you never gone down the street, smashed up a phone box, and there's a turkey on the floor?
I love garbage turkey. We're from Manchester. It's like it's the norm that just going up to a bin, finding a turkey and eating it. All the trimmings and everything. Love garbage turkey.
Like going around smashing up phone boxes, like money comes out, but you're like, where's my turkey, bitch?
I want an apple.
So it's going like the route of like the Tekken games as well. You know, like when you grab, you'd be walking around and then you grab like you go like chicken.
Well, that noise it used to make though when you actually picks the food up as well was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that boo whoop.
But as well, like memory wise, it was also probably the first, potentially the only game that I really ever played co-op with my brother as well, because I used to hate playing games with him because he was a little knobhead. So we used to just we played that loads until I got older, and I was like, yeah, I'm not playing with you anymore. Like,
I was sort of the same, you know, not going out smashing up phone boxes and hoping to find some food, but this was like one of my first co-op games, and
so
I
wasn't
also
as poor as us, Glenn. No. Glenn had a life of luxury where he didn't have to root through bins to find his
garbage turkey.
How dare you! I was used to a higher class of living.
Oh, we can tell.
No, it was not anymore. No, for me, like I say, it was like the first couch co-op game I played, basically, and it was actually really cool. Actually, being able to have a friend come around and play the game with you. But it was also the first game I ever played that had multiple endings. I never really remember any other game before this. I mean, there will have been, but to my recollection, I don't remember playing a game that had multiple endings. If it did, I didn't know about them. This one,
where you can choose to join them or
exactly, yeah. And if you got to the very end and you played with your mate, and you had like the choice of yes and no, the pair of you, and if one said yeah and one said no, you had to fight each other.
You had to fight each other.
I get the shit out of him. Yeah. That was in real life, not the game.
That was also one of the questions on my quiz. You couldn't.
I always ruin Dave's quiz, don't I?
Yeah, every time.
Every time I say something. That's my research, though. I can't help it, Dave.
I must admit as well, out of the 3 games, I think the box art for Streets of Rage 1 is probably the best as well. I don't know if you guys agree, but it's got like right on the box. It's got Axel and Blaze kicking 2 people in the head while there's like explosions going on in the background, a fucking police car on fire, and people firing guns.
Hang on a minute, because last week we were talking about Die Hard. We are talking about the same game here, right? We're not going back to talking about Die Hard, are we? Explosions everywhere, police car on fire. Sounds very much like the airport level.
Yeah, and the characters used to shout Yippee-ki-yay, and like...
Axel and his wife beater as well. I mean, he's got in common with John McClane.
Stan, the reason why is our childhood all just blurring together?
Well, the reason why I bring that up is because Streets of Rage, that box art, and the game itself, like the visuals were stunning. Like I loved all the neon and the colours, and it was actually the first thing that got me into drawing. Like I was like, I want to draw this, and then I got into it that way, and I just kept drawing the characters and going through, drawing out the levels and everything. And that's why it's probably another reason why Streets of Rage 1 is like so dear to me, is because that is the game that got me into wanting to draw things.
Yeah. They were great games. I mean, like I say, Dave, you said that number 2 is one of the ones that holds it up to you, sort of thing. And Adam, you're in number 1. I have played the first 3. I like how none of us have really mentioned the third one as such just yet.
It's pretty bad.
Well, going off, obviously, you've got many people that know it as Bare Knuckle, as well as Streets of Rage. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, each game usually pretty much is just the same game. It's just they've changed the name of it. A couple of details have changed on the game as well and so forth. But with the third one, when they released Bare Knuckle 3... it was very different to Streets of Rage 3. Obviously, they still had the same sort of similar things, but it was heavily censorized. It was... sorry about that. There was all these different things that changed. They had, in Bare Knuckle 3, you had Ash, who was like this openly gay, flamboyant fighter, who was completely gone from the third game in Streets of Rage 3. They had all these weird different things as well for it.
Well, that's what I don't understand why they took that out, because I did think like it was quite a diverse game as well. Like I quite liked that it didn't matter on gender, race or anything. Like it had 3 completely different characters. Even the bosses were all mixed, and they were all at the same like type of level.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was quite inclusive. And then, like you say, on the third one, they were like, no, we can't do that. It's like, why? You've been doing that for the last fucking 2 games. Just
to be fair though, I mean, they always, even from like the first games, they were always taking out, different things from the Japanese version, and when they bring it over to the US or like Europe.
That was the same with any game then, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like even there's a section. I'm not sure if it's in 1 or 2. I think it might be 1 when obviously you go to see and find Mr. X, and he's there with a cigar. But then, because they didn't want to promote smoking, they took that out in, the European releases and stuff like that, so they didn't have him smoking anymore. But even those little
You're telling me I could have grown up smoking cigars as a child, and they took this away from me?
Yeah, but you just do it now instead.
Yeah. Very true.
But even like some censorship with the I don't know, even Blaze when she does her flips, like you could see up her skirt in the old ones, but you couldn't see it in like the European version. They took shit like that out.
About it.
I'm very surprised that Adam didn't bring that up, not you.
Actually, yeah, it was on his page 2 of list.
Because Adam's got something else to bring up. That's all.
All right, okay. All right.
I was gonna bring up the sexy women in leather with the whips that come out and fuck you up. And, like,
I think that's where my fantasy started.
Yeah, that was right at the top of. They were my favourite enemies to fight.
Yeah, Adam was like, when they turned up, he'd lay there and went, yeah, yeah,
I'd just stand there and let him whip me like, yeah.
I mean, it was. I mean, just talking about that, realistically, it was very similar to the. Did you ever play the Final Fight game?
Yes.
As well, I mean, they are very similar.
Yeah.
I mean, even down to like the characters as well, the types of characters. You got that like 1980s, 1990s type, like you say, the leather jackets, the spikes, Mohicans and all that shit. And I mean, really, it's a lot of them look like. Have you guys seen the Jackie Chan, Rumble in the Bronx film?
Yeah. Well, a lot of these games really did take inspiration.
They will have took
Bruce Lee,
kind of
Jackie Chan, and things like that, all those types of films that they made, like sort of 70s, 80s.
I don't know if it was based on him, but Axl Stone to me looks like he was based on. Have you seen Big Trouble in Little China?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The main guy in that is dressed almost exactly like Axl. Yeah. But also on that note, Axl to me was the shittest character in the whole fucking franchise. He was the leader of it, and he was the shittest one.
Well, as I've said many times, and I said on a previous episode where I usually pick to play as a female character just because
she was the best. She was the best.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to be playing as someone, I'd rather have something nice to look at while I'm playing. And honestly, she moved a lot better than the other characters. I know they were pretty much all the same and whatnot.
She had better range as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
and that game was all about range, like making sure you kept the distance and getting your timing right and everything.
Yeah,
true.
The first game literally was just bash a couple of buttons and hope for the best, wasn't it? You fought your way through, picked up weapons, but didn't the second one bring in combos and things like that?
Yeah. And obviously,
I remember they got rid of the special police car turning up firing rocket launcher at you, and you got special moves.
Actual good attacks.
Yeah.
Well, that was the first of the franchise where they actually got a unique move assigned to them as well.
Yeah.
They all had very similar moves in the first one, apart from obviously they had a couple of things that were slightly different, but they all had a unique power move.
Yeah.
Just on the bad guy, you mentioned Mohawks a minute ago. Do you guys remember in the first one the bad guys that, I don't know if it was just me, this might sound stupid, but I thought there was one of the bad guys was Ninja Turtles. And it's the people who turn up with the purple mohawks and they've got a greenish outfit and the brown detailing on the back of the jacket. You never see them face on, they're always back to you. And they always walk up and down with the back to it. And I genuinely thought they were Ninja Turtles.
Fuck's sake.
And I was always confused as fuck. I was like, why am I fighting the Ninja Turtles? What is happening? But then that made me like it more because I was like, yeah, the fucking turtles are in it. What is going on? This is mint.
You can be forgiven. You just come out of the womb, so.
Honestly, have a look at the game now and have a look for those enemies. You'll think it's a turtle.
I had a quick play.
The jacket looked like a shell. If anybody else felt the same way,
please comment, please.
Maybe I'm the only idiot who felt that way. But...
You know what? That's the one thing I used to hate though in the first game is you'd accidentally press the button to call the police and blow everything up, and there was nobody there. And you're like, no!
Well, do you not think it's quite ironic that the police are portrayed as they don't come in to actually help you; they just turn up and fire a rocket in and
then fuck off.
Yeah.
Pull up.
I know. We'll shoot him with a rocket and fuck it. Let's go. Job's done.
There's no pigeons on fire in this game. To see what we're talking about, click one of the links up there.
Do you have any favourite enemies from the first? Let's talk about we can move on to the second one in a minute, but from the first one.
It's been so long since I've actually played the game. Like I say, I jumped on it before and just got to the end of the level.
Any that stand out the most, like that you remember?
Nothing off the top of my head. No, I can't think of anything.
For me, it's the guy who had the Wolverine claw hands.
Oh yeah.
I just remember him the most, like just really clearly remember him, because I used to be like, "You're not Wolverine."
I mean, oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. Go on.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I mean, realistically, my main memories are, like, say, Streets of Rage 2. So with the boss guys in that one, there was a guy in the second level called Jet, and he had like the jet pack and stuff like that. And he was such a fucking pain to get, you know, like, because it was always at like an awkward angle, and like you say, you jump up, miss him, and then he'd just land and fucking lever you anyway. But it was actually rage-inducing, that fucking level.
That's one of the downfalls about the Streets of Rage as well. Is like if you ever got hit, you couldn't block.
No.
So there was no ability to block, and then when you got hit, you were momentarily disabled, so they could hit you multiple times and you could do fuck all about it.
Yeah. But that's, like you say, that was rage-inducing, that, and I mean, for that reason, he's one of like the most memorable enemies for me. Really, I mean, I do remember all the other ones from number 2. Like you had like, you know, like the guy in the bar in the first one. Was it Barbon?
Yeah.
And he's, I mean, he was the first, like literally the first major boss that you encounter, and then obviously you got like the bin of, you know, garbage turkey there to help you out. You always have to have a garbage turkey just to help you out.
Well, I know what's for tea tonight. Sorry, bud. I know you've just come home from work. You've had a long day, but today's tea, garbage turkey.
Like, Glenn, have you made tea yet? Yeah, just 2 seconds. Just goes outside to the bin, like.
It's like the scene from Back to the Future where he's pulling all the things out and putting it in the back of the car. I'm there like, banana peel. Oh, turkey. Yeah, that'll do.
But it looked pristine as well.
Yeah, I know,
it was perfectly cooked and pristine.
Steam coming off it and everything.
I wouldn't mind though, but all the food on that game looks so good. I mean, even the apples look like, you look at them going, that looks like a really good apple. I could eat that.
I'm gonna admit though, I didn't really, and I know it's supposedly the best one, and you said it's the best performing Sega game, only behind Sonic
and Aladdin.
And Aladdin, sorry. But I genuinely didn't think it was that good.
Well,
it just didn't appeal to me. I think it might have been the new characters that were included.
Yeah, because the change
didn't appeal to me at all.
Well, that was the whole reason they changed the characters, was to appeal to other people.
I know exactly why he was upset, because in the second one they took out Adam.
Didn't you have to go and save? Didn't you have to go and save him? Yeah, you had to save him.
His little brother's in it, isn't he? Skate, yeah. And he's like obviously joined the team to help.
His little brother, even as like a 4-year-old, I was like, what is that kid gonna do? Because I imagined it me, and I was like, it literally one slap and I'd be dead.
I would be completely battered.
Adam runs up to a Mohawk thug and goes, "Aye!"
It's just sat there. They've robbed his skates.
True story.
I mean, you two, as you know, going through like the gaming and the art design degrees and things like that, how did like the art style jump out at you, especially sort of like those backgrounds as well? I know Adam, you said you enjoy drawing it and things like that, but is there anything in particular from those games that jumped out at you in regards of the art styling?
For me, it's a neon. Like, I really, really loved the neon.
Yeah.
And I really liked. I've been trying to think like why it stands out the most to me, but you know I'm obviously going to talk about the first game, but the bridge level.
Oh yeah, that's the bridge that's not fully built, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got the pits on it. Where you can see the skyline in the background and that. Like, I don't know what it is about that level, but I just thought it was just visually stunning. I just loved it. Yeah, the artwork again. Like I said, I mentioned how much I love the artwork because it's the game that got me into wanting to draw. Because I wanted to be able to do and create those things.
I mean, for me, again, it was the art style with like the characters. I love the character designs, but
Yeah.
again, with that was the only problem with for me, like because I'd started with Streets of Rage 2 and then I went back to Streets of Rage 1. I
Yeah.
genuinely thought Streets of Rage 1 wasn't that good. But like you say, but that was just because I'd obviously gone backwards.
Yeah.
But like you say, I really did like the character design.
There's a lot of the same levels in both games though. And
Similar,
like
yeah,
obviously you
yeah.
can't, like it is a little bit more restricting, so I can see why if you played it that way round.
Yeah.
But I think because I didn't play Streets of Rage 2 till so much later, and I'd nailed the fuck out of Streets of Rage 1. That's
Yeah,
why
no,
I feel the opposite. And then Glenn loves Streets of Rage 3. No.
I know, yeah. I mean, to be fair, the only good thing about Streets of Rage 3 was the fact that you could run.
Yeah.
That was the only good thing about
And you could roll out the way, couldn't you?
Yeah,
you could kind of dodge, but you still could block.
No, true.
No. Some characters could jump higher than others. You know, he had that as well.
It was stupid that there was a kangaroo in it as well with boxing gloves.
And that fucking Dr. Zan or whatever, who could just kind of like slide across. He was like a robot or something, one of yours, like half a robot.
In regards to the art style, now I know I said we were going to leave 4 out of this. I just want to touch on the art style of how 4 has changed compared to, because obviously they tried for years to make a 1 after 3, didn't they? They tried for years. We had so many imitations, we had so many people trying to make it, and it getting sort of stopped every turn they took. And they tried so many different things. Then number 4 came out, and we got our first glimpse of it, and the art style had changed completely.
I love the art style on Streets of Rage 4 so much. It's so good.
Well, I heard an interview with the developers of Streets of Rage 4, because I know it's a completely different team, and they said that when you look at the pixel art and the way it was on the original Sega, if you look around it, obviously you can see that they've tried to put the black lines around the characters, but it doesn't really show up because it's pixel art. You know, you can't. But with this, they've done that whole manga style with the big, thick black lines around the characters. I mean, do you feel that what we've seen in Streets of Rage 4, if they had the ability to do it back then, do you think it'd look like that, or do you reckon they would have taken a different route?
I don't know, because sorry, go on, Dave.
No, you go on, mate. I was just going to say, I mean, obviously it was just keeping with the times, wasn't it? I mean, realistically, I think what they did with Streets of Rage 4 was the only good way they could do it. Now, I mean, I know a lot of like that retro thing is coming back, and everyone does like, like these pixel type games that seem to be coming back. But I do think that was what it needed, for Streets of Rage 4, just to, keep it modern, but it needed something.
Keep that feel that we know and love.
That we know, but again, at the same time, just giving it its own little like niche, because I can't really think of many more that had done that. At that time, I know. Street Fighter. No, was it Street Fighter? Street Fighter 4 tried to do something similar.
Tekken changed its art style, didn't it?
Yeah, Tekken. No, but you've seen like the latest Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, Street Fighter changed.
Obviously it's 3D, but they've got that kind of like weird. Cartoony art style.
They've got like one hand is like double the size of what it should be, and then they've got tiny little arms, sort of thing.
Yeah,
but big broad shoulders.
But again, it's that kind of like comic book kind of like it's got that comic book feel to it.
Yeah.
Just to answer your question, like I don't know, like I genuinely think if they didn't have to do it in pixels in the first one, and you could do it like you can now, like literally do anything you want. Don't know if it would have had the same appeal.
Yeah.
Because the charm of it was that they were so restricted that they had to be super creative with what they could come up with.
Yeah.
And like everybody had the same amount of pixels to work with, but every game looks so different.
Yeah.
And if you could do anything you wanted, people would have done more along the lines of, oh well, that game did really well, so we'll all make it look like this. Yeah. Kind of like what happens now when one game does well, everything looks the same.
Everything opposite, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like it might not have done as well if it looked like it did today. And I love Streets of Rage 4, the design of it. I've not played it yet, so I don't know about the game type. But the artwork itself is really nice, and that's what's drawing me in to actually want to download and play the game. But would it have done as well on the first one? I don't know. Would it have had enough without being Streets of Rage? Does it have enough appeal to draw you in to want to play the game? And I don't think so.
I think as well with like things like manga and stuff like that. I mean, all of that's so popular now, obviously with the internet and things like that. But back then, we didn't have any of that, so probably people would have thought, "What is this art style? It's fucking stupid." You know, like exactly. I mean, you know. But you never know.
So, with that in mind, then, the games themselves, have you obviously, Adam? I know you said that you want to play the fourth and things like that. Dave, you've played the fourth. I've had a quick play of it. I think I got to like the third level or something like that. Have you guys had the urge to go back and even try and replay the older ones again?
Mm-hmm. I've actually got Streets of Rage 2 on my phone.
Yeah, I've got Streets of Rage 1 and 2 on my phone as well.
Oh, you've answered my question. The thing about it though as well is, as we've already said, is the couch co-op. You know, being able to sit together and play it. That for me was a big thing. You know, all we had pretty much was Sonic 2, and even then it wasn't great co-op because obviously Tails would, if Sonic ran dead quick, Tails would get left behind and then not come back. You know, we liked that. That's the one thing we liked about it. But then he'd come back with his bullshit and his tails spinning around, and then you, like your sibling, had to sit with you and play his Tails, and you were like, "Yeah, but you're crap. Go away." Did you guys, when you were playing co-op, is there a certain character you had to play as?
Well, of course, I was always Adam.
Should have guessed.
Actually, in Streets of Rage 1, yeah, it was Adam. In Streets of Rage 2, it was Max. You know, the big black fucking massive guy. He was a frigging tank.
Basically, he was the Hulk without the green skin.
Pretty much, yeah. Just literally destroy everyone. Because he did that like attack where he kind of like rolls forward. It literally takes up the whole screen. Like, just pile drives the whole lot. It was a beast. What about you, Glenn?
Again, it's just because I really only really remember one more fondly than the others, and she's Blaze, isn't it? She's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was her that I always played as.
Of course.
I keep wanting to. I know it's a completely different franchise, but I keep wanting to call her Sonya Blades. But it's not. Obviously, I know it's not.
Fuck's sake.
No, wrong game.
Yes, that's why. It's literally what I just said before I said it. But okay.
Well, that was
pretend that. We'll pretend that didn't happen.
With the second one, the whole reason that these special moves came in is because of how popular Street Fighter was becoming.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the whole reason that you had these combos in that game. And was it the second one or the third one where they brought in player versus player?
Second.
I'm not too sure.
Oh wait, no, because you could do it in the first one if you when you got to the end if you chose different options.
Yeah, but there was a mode where you could do player versus player.
Yes, there was, but
I can't remember. Which one it
you
is.
could. Could you do it? I think you could do it in the first one.
I'm not sure.
I know in the first one, if you're like walking along, you can literally grab your partner and beat the shit out of him. But I didn't mean to. It's like you're walking along and you grabbed them.
Yeah, you held them, didn't you? Like, that stopped them from.
And you're like, get off me! And you're like, I don't know what I'm doing.
And it was kind of like an awkward bear hug as well, wasn't it? It was just like kind of, no, don't fight it. It always used to make me laugh as well, like when you've got like you say Blaze or something like that, like she's holding this little like dainty thing, and then she goes over to Max and she's just bear hugging him, and he's just this big fucking well, she's holding him down. He's like, what is happening?
You see, I enjoyed the actual story of it as well, especially in the first one where you're like vigilantes, aren't you? Because you used to be ex-police officers, and like you say, that's the only time that the police turn up. You call a mate, going, "Yeah, dude, I'm in a bit of trouble here. You know, come and give me a hand." And then next minute, he turns up in his car miles away and goes, rocket launcher, and drives off, kills everything except you. Right?
I like that. Yeah, I was gonna say you were completely immune.
Yeah,
to the fire.
It's like the fire doesn't touch you. The rocket can land on you, and it just blows everything else up, and you're just sort of like. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was the fires of justice. You're
the
good guy.
Yeah, someone with a bit of a drain pipe comes over and beats the crap out of you.
No, that's what I mean. Also, like you see for myself, like going back to Streets of Rage 1, it just didn't make sense. It's just like why when I've had like power ups in Streets of Rage 2 and stuff like that, and all these, obviously you got like Axel doing the the little nod back to the Japanese version where it's just he actually says bare knuckle.
Yeah.
When you're like punching an arcade machine or whatever. So epic. Bare knuckle. Then he had like that. Oh, what was the other one they all did? Like Yataha.
Streets of Rage 5, Dave is doing the voicing.
I could do that. I'd definitely be up for that.
I'm running out of things to say. I'm not going to lie, guys. Have you guys got anything else that you want to say about the game?
Adam's got loads. He's got like 2 or 3 pages.
Yeah, I've got page 3.
We'll leave it there.
We'll leave it until we'll leave it for another time.
This is when we jump into Adam's shower at some point while he's in there and try and ask him.
Yeah, no, it was more just about the gameplay and like how I liked that everything led in one direction, so you didn't get confused as to where you had to go, and it was quite a simple game. So obviously, being so young, I was able to just pick it up and pretty much just press buttons and make my way through the game, and I didn't have to try and work out where anything was. Like,
just button bash.
Park to the right. And just,
yeah, just keep. As long as you're going that way, and a little arrow pops up telling you to go, you know you're going in the right direction.
I did like that the how they introduced new enemies as well. So like you'd fight a new enemy, then the next time they kind of mix that person in with somebody else.
With everyone else, yeah.
There'd be a couple more, and then eventually you get to the final level just before you go into Mr. X, and then you fucking fight literally every character in the entire game.
Yeah, true.
Did you guys sort of like started getting a bit edgy as you got older, and when you see like shutters opening, you think some boss is going to come out and start fighting you? You walk past the shop and the shutter opens, and you're like, ah.
I used to hate that bloody.
Sorry, go on.
You know the that big fat guy, who
He shoots fire.
He shoots fire out of his mouth and stuff. Yeah. Because like again, well, going back to like Streets of Rage 4, like there's a part in that when you're literally against like about 5 or 6 of the fuckers.
Yeah, he was one of my most hated enemies actually.
Yeah. But again, it's like I was saying before with the the boss guy, like that jet guy, where he could fly. But it was the same with them where they kind of ran diagonally across the screen. It was like really awkward, so they'd always hit you. And as you were saying, there was no way to block. So.
That's all I've got to say. I know it's for it being such an amazing game. Because it's been so.
We're scraping the battle.
Yeah, since it's
otherwise a battle.
We have gone to the bottom of the bin and we found the turkey. Literally, that's all that's left. It is such an amazing game, and I would like to go back to this at some point. I would like to play it. I know it's actually
maybe we'll do a let's play on it.
Hopefully,
would you like to see that?
Yeah. If you want to see us play the game and talk about it, let us know in the comments below. Because we can only do these things if you say yes. Well, we can do them. It's just whether you watch it's a different matter.
Please, Daddy, can I have permission?
Gonna go on to fan memories. We have only got a few this week. So first off, I'm going to go with what Dave was already saying at the start of the episode. I'm going with Nick, a friend of ours. He's put, I remember being sat up till stupid o'clock in the morning listening to the soundtrack with Big Dave.
Exactly. Good lad.
No wonder you didn't get any uni work done. Sounds like me now. I've got Matthew on Facebook as well, and says this is by far the best couch co-op games I have played. The second one, possibly the best game I've ever played, and still to this date. Dave, you agree that the second one's better anyway, so.
Yeah.
I've got Sarah on Facebook as well, who's put, how have you only just made an episode on this game? This game was the backbone of Sega if you took away Sonic. All right.
Agreed.
Pretty sure Aladdin was second, but you know.
You shut the fuck up. You take your Aladdin and you shove it.
I've got Polly on Twitter who's put, I have the music on vinyl. My brother played this game so much. I'd love to have it on vinyl.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
You know, cool. I found my record player the other day as I was taking my shit out of my storage, and I'm just like, might need to set this up. I've also got Gary on Twitter who says, I preferred Bare Knuckles 3 to the third Streets of Rage, although for some reason he put Streets of Age. I'm guessing he meant Rage. Ash was a great character. But yeah, thanks so much for your memories. I know there's only a few this week. But please do let us know about any games you've played. You know, hit us up in the comments. Let us know your memories of any games, because when we do that episode, we will read out your comments and even give you a shout out on the show. You can even email us. Our email is there, dusty2broken@gmail.com, and that's the number 2. But yes, apart from that, I think it's going to be time for the quiz. I'm relinquishing control.
As you should.
It's still not been handed back to me yet. I'm still not to do the quiz.
How many quizzes have I taken away from you now? 3, 2, 3. I've lost track. I have lost track. So we're going to let Dave do the quiz this week.
Okay. So, have you guys got your post-it notes and things like that?
Post-it notes.
Yes.
I got pieces of paper.
There we go.
I've got them. Ooh.
Oh dear.
I'm not feeling confident about this quiz, I'm not going to lie.
Neither am I. He says that, but he will get 100%. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones.
Okay, then if you guys are ready.
As ready as I'll ever be.
Question 1. In Streets of Rage 1, what is the age of Axel Stone? Is it is it A, 19, B, 21, C, 22, or D, 25? Hopefully not getting 100 tonight.
I've come to terms with the fact that I don't think I'm ever going to get 100. Maybe we go back and do a Final Fantasy quiz. Maybe.
Right, go on. 3, 2, 1. So Glenn says C, Adam says D. Glenn is correct. Yes. 22. Okay. Question 2.
I would start to gloat now, but I know how that usually gets me. Last time I did that too early, I got a spanking. Still not over it.
In Streets of Rage 2, what is the name of the first boss you encounter? This does not include sub-bosses. Is it A, Bruce, B, Mr. X, C, Barbon, or D, Jet?
Fucking hate you so much. I thought, to be fair, when you started it, I thought he was going to go, in Streets of Rage 2, how old is Axel Stone?
What's his age in this one? Right, come on.
Right, I'm ready.
I don't know, I honestly don't know.
3, 2, 1.
I'm just going to keep putting D up until I get it right.
Okay, Glenn says C, Adam says D, Glenn's correct.
I wouldn't mind though, but I'm pretty sure he said the answer in the episode.
In the episode, yeah, I did actually. So that's Glenn again.
I've done a Dave this time, I wasn't paying attention.
I'm still not gloating though, I'm still not gloating because I know I'll wait until I get to about 7, and if I've got still got a lead at 7, I'm alright.
We could get Glenn to 100% here.
Can't we, fuck?
Right, next question. In Streets of Rage 1, if in a tight spot you are allowed to use a special move, what is it? Is it A, calling in police reinforcements, B, using a flaming uppercut, C, using a machine gun, or D, throwing a grenade at the enemies?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've already answered this one.
There you go. No messing
At least
around.
I know I've got at least 1 right. As long as I don't have a 0. That's all I'm talking about.
I know, because he'd be the first one who got none right in any game.
Only
I've been
two
on a
of us
high for too long. Like, I've got to come crashing down at some
only
point.
two of us has got 100%, and he's got to get the 100% wrong. Right, I think you'll get this one right because you both answered it as well. In Streets of Rage 1, if playing in two-player mode, which of these things happen in the final stage of the game? Is it A, tigers are released from a trapdoor? B, one player is offered the chance to turn against the other player? C, Mr. X sells himself and jumps out the window? D, you choose whether or not to blow up the tower.
I've got to make sure I actually put the right letter.
Yeah.
please put C.
I sure wanted it to be the Tigers.
Yeah, I want it to be the Tigers as well.
3, 2, 1. You both put B.
For a second, because I only put part of it on, I was like, I've put C on. By mistake.
And I'm just like, no!
You both said B. You're offered the chance to turn against the other player. So that's correct. Next one. In Streets of Rage 2, which of your companions has been kidnapped by Mr. X? Is it A, Blaze, B, Skate, C, Adam, or D, Axel?
It was me.
I know. George pointing to his screen. I've got to remember though. That my screen's flipped, so I've got to point that way. Because if I point that way, no one's there.
Right, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you've already answered it. Okay. So it's Adam.
It's that guy.
Right. Next question. What year was Streets of Rage 2 released? Is it?
Oh god, this is where am I getting wrong now?
Is it A, 1990? Is it B, 1992? Is it C, 1995? Or is it D, 1997?
I don't know actually. Oh, I'm torn now.
This is Streets of Rage. This is Streets of Rage 2.
Right.
So is it A, 1990? B, 1992, C, 1995, or D, 1997?
I'm going on a whim on this one.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Glenn says D, Adam says B. Adam is correct.
Oh.
It is 1992.
I only know because it came out the year after the other one. And like I said, I was 2 when the first one came out, so...
Next question. In Streets of Rage 3, although not actually a playable character in the game, which character from Streets of Rage 2 makes a cameo appearance in the last shot of the good ending? Is it A, Max, B, Dr. Zan, C, Sonic the Hedgehog, or D, Blaze Fielding? Yeah, that one.
That's not the answer.
Jesus.
Can you read them out? What were the first two? Sorry.
So the first one's Max, second one's Dr. Zan.
Right, okay. I don't know because I didn't play it that much. I never completed it, so I don't know.
Well, you're on a time limit. 3, 2, 1. You're both actually wrong. It's actually Max.
Oh.
So.
Wait. I just thought the doctor, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking idiot!
Okay, for fuck's sake.
How many questions are left?
1, 2.
Wait, so are we?
Three
is Glenn
left.
winning by 1 now?
Glenn, yeah, he's winning by 1.
So I'm not. He was
pulling away.
I am not. No.
And how many questions are left? 3.
3 left, and I haven't got a bonus,
Fuck.
so you'll have to get it right.
I can't. I hate myself.
Right, next question. What is the Streets of Rage series known as in Japan? Is it A, Broken Bones, B, Bare Knuckle, C, Bloody Nose, or D, brown trousers?
I really want it to be B. B, sorry.
Brown trousers.
The answer is B, but I want it to be
B. Yes. I really want it to be. Well, it is.
Right. It depends how much research you've both done on this one. Right. This next one. Which of the following is the name of the Japanese music composer who worked on the soundtrack for the Streets of Rage series?
I fucking hate you.
Is it A, Utada Hikaru, B, Akira Toriyama, C, Yuzo Koshiro, or D, Hayao Miyazaki?
I recognise two of those names, and I know it's not those two.
I think from now on, right, when
so
we
it's
do
a 50-50 guess.
Where there's names that no one can pronounce, Dave is doing it because he did them flawlessly. Adam butchers them, I butcher them.
I can actually read.
Fuck you, Dave.
Right, so come on, boys. 3, 2, 1. Glenn says C. Adam
That's a
says...
C, but it's a C. It's not a D.
It's okay. Right, so you both said C. You are both correct.
That then was because of the line in the back of the fucking thing. It made it look like a D.
It did actually, yeah,
He's from a panicking. He's like, it wasn't D. I swear it wasn't.
Right. Last question. In Streets of Rage 4, what is the name of Mr. X's daughter? Is it A, Miss Zero, B, Miss Y, C,
Miss Y,
Miss X, or D, Miss Man?
I don't know.
I have no clue. Going for a guess. Going for a guess.
Do you want me to read them again?
No, I'm just gonna guess.
It's not why bother. Right, so 3, 2, 1. Glenn put A, Adam put B. Adam is correct. So Glenn's a fucking retard because now I haven't got any more questions.
I went logically on that because X is the male chromosome and Y is the female chromosome, isn't it? So
there you go. So, right, so you both...
And that is bullshit because I would have won if I didn't put the wrong fucking...
Yeah, so you both drawed on this one.
I'll take the draw.
You went from getting 100% to drawing. Like.
I don't know what it is about Glenn, but he always does this. Like,
it starts off strong.
It starts off strong and it just goes to shit and he gets to like one of the simplest questions wrong.
I don't do well under pressure, alright?
But yeah, that was a tie, so there we go. Okay then, right, because you're both assholes and you're not content with a tie. Right, I've got a bonus question for you. So, Streets of Rage 4, what are the total sales for this game as of 2021?
Fucker.
Closest one. The closest one to the total sales, game sales as of 2021. What were the total sales? So whoever's closest wins.
I'm gonna say.
He's just looking on Google as we speak.
I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say 550,000.
I was.
Okay.
Now you've made me think I'm going well too high.
And this is Streets of Rage 4.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna drop it right down then because he's made me worried now. I'm gonna say 250,000.
Right, so you're both well off, but Glenn is closer. It's actually 2.5 million.
No, I was going to say 1.4 originally. No!
Yeah, so it did better than you thought.
Yeah.
So Glenn is the winner.
Fuck. I don't think we should do the bonus quiz.
It's fucking staying in. Staying in.
This was your idea. I was content doing a fucking tie.
I did it on the last game, and I've done it on this one where I've talked myself out of the answer.
Yeah, you fucked yourself.
But it's always when I've said something. So when I resaid the question last time, that's when he changed his mind. And now I've said my answer first. He was like,
legitimately, I was going to say 1.4 million originally, which still would have been well off, but it would have been closer than yours.
So yeah, well done, Glenn.
I know the first one only did like 185,000 sales, didn't it, or something originally?
yeah, the second one just over 2 million.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, on that note, we're going to leave it there. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Obviously, like I say, leave comments down below and let us know about what games you want us to play in the future. Let us know of any of your favourite games, your memories of those games, because we will read them out when we get to that game. And also, you can email us. Our email is there once again. It's dusty2broken@gmail.com, and it is the number 2. Adam looks very disappointed right now.
I'm angry.
Now you know how I felt on the Zelda episode. But apart from that, I've been your host, Glenn. He's been Adam. He's been Big Dave. See you next time on the next episode from Dusty Couches to Broken Discs.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. See you later.
Ending music here.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, I don't believe it. Twice.
You literally
keep
talked
your
yourself
fucking
out
mouth
all of
shut
that.
on an episode. I should have gone first. I was going to go first, and then you jumped in and gave your answer.
But I just saw you sat there like proper toying with it, so I just thought, I'm just say mine.
I should have
Get
gone
out
first.
of the way, it's done then, I don't have to worry about it.
Fuck's sake.
I should have gone first.
He's literally
And
talking
also,
himself
I
out
legitimately put the wrong card up for the thing.
For the thing when you put... Which one was it? Which one
It was
now?
the something to do with Max or the Doctor thing.
I
I put it up.
You
I
put the
it wrong
Doctor.
way up.
Not,
Yeah.
not a playable character, but
Because
yeah,
you play the Doctor is one of the characters, isn't he?
Yeah.
He said that in the episode.
Yeah, I know.